Going live. What up, y'all? Black Image Entertainment. We already back.
Damn, that was fast. Where we go? I don't know where we went.
Cut up.
Holy War 007.
All right. So I guess I'm still on my little movie thing.
Yeah, you've been on the road, so I guess you had some shit to say since Thanksgiving. Damn.
No, this one is they had this hot ass preview. I'm excited, man. I gotta admit, I'm excited. I'm excited
for a movie.
Yes, I'm excited for a movie.
Oh, whatever.
Yes, and I can't believe I have been this hyped for a movie in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Glass.
You haven't seen the preview? I told you about that a long time ago.
Man, that preview was hot.
Yes.
I gotta go back and watch Unbreakable, man. I'm finna rewatch Unbreakable and Split. You know, I knew this was coming. I just didn't know it was coming this soon. That preview is, how long that preview been out?
It's been out since almost 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's what I was like, hey, I want to see this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I told my mom that. She's like, yeah. And chick, she's like, I don't even know. I was like, oh, let me fill you in. This is awesome. I was like, this is a real take on superheroes if superheroes was really real, but not really superheroes. Just
right.
With powers. And
right.
And it's very well done,
yes.
well written,
yes.
well shot, well cast, well
yes.
So I'm just like,
yes.
I was like, this is like M. Night Shyamalan,
at its core.
Trying to come back
at its core and define a whole new
and just the new angle with the split.
Yeah.
With the split in that world was just like, oh.
You didn't know that?
No, when I watched Split, I didn't put the correlation.
That was the only reason I watched Split.
I just thought because I wanted to see McAvoy act for real, all the different.
Now I didn't know this when Split was in the theaters, but I think I read some article right before Split got released at home, and they were like, "For you all that don't know, Split is part of the same Unbreakable series, universe." And I was like, "What?" And so I started reading. I was like, "Oh, for real?" And they spoiled it. They said, "Yeah." So the plan is that it's going to be a return of Bruce Willis to redon the raincoat, the black raincoat. Well, it's not even a raincoat; it's just a cover. Yeah, it's just like a trash bag. Yeah,
and I enjoyed. I didn't think I would like Unbreakable as much as I did, and I didn't know too much about it. But I always liked Bruce Willis, and I always liked Samuel Jackson because he's a character of himself. As you go back to that, doesn't really.
They cast movies around him. Good example. Good example. Good callback.
But anyway, like I was saying, that movie was. I liked the take. I liked how they set the groundwork of the lore, and I liked how they had Samuel Jackson narrate it, and then basically. Him to be at the very end, be like, I'm a motherfucking villain. And you're like,
damn. And it's like, I guess you are.
And I was like, oh shit,
okay. And you gonna stand on it? You know, you just gonna stand on that ground like, and what?
So I thought that was super cool. And so
I used to watch, when I first saw that movie, I was pissed. I think I went to go see it in the theater. Didn't that movie come out, 90, 98, 99?
No, I want to say it was later than that, but I'll double check.
Yeah, I think you looked that up.
You go on your tangent and I'll fact check.
So, I think I saw this in the theater, and I just remember at the end of the movie,
2000.
So I was close.
Mm-hmm.
I said, at the end of the way, I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? So is he can't be a superhero because he got his ass whooped by some water. I was like, nah, maybe I'm tripping. So I walked out of the movie, and then so if you would have had this conversation with me like 15 years ago, you would have heard a whole different side. I would have just been on straight hate rant about how stupid the movie was. And then for whatever reasons, I guess I was curious about it. And that was back when I still had the bad habit of whenever a movie would come out on DVD, I would just go buy it and buy the collector's special. That's when I had that addiction problem. So I bought it on DVD is my point. So I'm curious. I was like, well, let me make sure I understood that movie. So I'm watching it again. I'm like, okay, it's the same bullshit I thought I saw at the theater. But then it got, because the movie was slow. The movie was actually really slow. Mm-hmm. So then it got to the point to where I just couldn't believe the bullshit that I was watching. So I would put the bullshit on at night so I could go to sleep because the movie was so slow. So I'd be like, hey, it's about 11:45. I ain't wound up. Where the Unbreakable at? That should have put me to sleep. So that's what I would do. Seriously, I'm serious. So I would put it on and wouldn't even make it too far past the credits because I'm like, oh shit, I know this is about to be some trash. For about the next 2 hours, we're going to be watching trash and go to sleep. Woo, that's some good sleep. Oh, he ain't drowned in that water yet? So anyway, that being said,
as he says, he's amped for this new one.
Right. That's why you can't tell. Anyway, so I didn't know, like you said, when Split was released, that it was a part of that same universe. But let me tell you, in this preview of Glass, they tied all three of them together with just this little thread. This just one little thread that you never saw. You never saw it coming. They just wrapped a little pretty little bow around it. Like, oh yeah, by the way, in case you didn't know, we bringing all this shit together. And then the fact that they bringing Sam and Bruce. When's the last time they did a movie together? Has it been since Unbreakable? Mm-hmm. I think it's been since Unbreakable the last time they did a movie together.
But the scene that gave me goosebumps on the trailer was when they were in the AA meeting or whatever meeting that they were on. They were all sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
That was the scene for me. I was like, oh.
Nah, I think the scene that did it for me is
when he was the Beast.
Nah, the scene that did it for me was, and they never have any respect for the mastermind. I was like, that boy's still standing. He's still standing on that. Yeah, I'm the motherfucking villain. And no one better else to play it but Samuel L. Jackson. Think, if you were to swap either one of them characters, you would swap Bruce before you would swap Samuel. Now, I'm saying nothing against Bruce. Excellent actor. But I'm saying you could put somebody else in Bruce's place in this series and still carry on the characters. But you ain't replacing no motherfucking Samuel motherfucking Jackson. Not this motherfucker, right? So I was real geeked. I was about to text you right there, but I didn't want to spoil the fact that I was in the theater so I could catch him live talking shit.
Shut up.
So I put it. It's probably still in my Android phone where I started texting. I ain't gonna tell you shit.
Oh man.
So okay, 2 months the preview's been out. I'm real amped, y'all. I'm gonna go see that one on Thursday night. If they have the midnight release on Thursday,
Of course.
yeah, I'm gonna be there for that. Trust. Shit, I probably know Unbreakable line for line in my sleep. I can't remember it too well right now, but I'm about to refresh. I got a lot of refreshing to do. Huh? We watch all these old movies up in here and shit.
But I like I did like Split though. I liked Split a lot. And I watched Split the same time that I watched Get Out finally. I watched them both relatively late. And I watched them both kind of back to back. Like I just had I want two suspense thrillers. That's kind of moved on. Haven't seen any of the new ones. Watched them both. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, Jordan Peele making a name for himself, man. Shout outs to Jordan Peele, bro. You doing big things. You know, I was getting a little tired of Key and Peele with all them dressing up as women and stuff.
Shit, I like that show.
I like the show too, but all them dressing up, all the Medeas, the fake Medeas, it was time. It was time. If that's all y'all could do is be fake Medeas, it was time to kill Key and Peele. When y'all hit now, did they have a show before the Substitute came out?
Yeah.
So it was already a TV show. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Because I thought they started on YouTube. I found them through YouTube.
Nah, it started on a show before it went to YouTube, and then that's when Comedy Central found out they were getting super blast just putting their snippets on YouTube.
So it was Comedy Central that was putting their snippets on YouTube. Oh, well, I didn't see the show when it first came out there.
To boost Comedy Central's grasp on YouTube, and that's why they'd always have, you can catch them on Comedy Central after every single one of their episodes.
I did notice that. I do remember that.
Trying to get you to watch
the show.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Get their ratings and all that good stuff.
Well, that makes sense for me because I don't have any cable.
Yeah.
I hadn't had cable in a long time. So. Okay. So I wouldn't be able to watch the FX. So if they wouldn't ever put it on YouTube, then I wouldn't know anything about the show. Okay. Okay. And now where did those two come where did they come from?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to say they're from YouTube, but I don't know.
Well, anyway, that being said, real excited about Glass. It was definitely good to see them two together on screen at the same time. And small callback for you all that don't know, Unbreakable was really a reunion of them two because their first time on screen together was in Die Hard 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Not
first
character-wise, just actor-wise.
Yeah. No, the two actors together on screen at the same time. Yeah. Well, that was this Die Hard 3, which was, I think, was Die Hard 3 in 93, I want to say. I think it was 93. So, yeah, when they did Unbreakable, it was just like it was really kind of like a callback to the Die Hard series because they work well together. So, my point in saying that is, 93, we said 2000s, then after 2000, it'll be this. It'll be this. So these actors have worked well together for 30 years, putting out great movies. Each one together, each one individually. So again, shout out to these actors, man. I really kind of envy you all a little bit because it's got to be somewhat fun, right? To portray a character as a living, and that's all you do. While some of us are, slaving behind desks and stuff. So, a lot of you actors, you really dedicate your whole body, your whole life to your acting. Shout out to you for being fantastic artists and definitely portraying your gift on screen. Thank you for that. as well as some of you trash actors. You know, at least you damn trying.
But what I'm gonna say is I enjoy both characters, both actors, but also for just a tangent on just other movies that I'm looking forward to. I want to see this damn Bumblebee movie, which I did not want to see at all. I was 110% against it.
Okay,
But
what happened?
They showed Cybertron, and that a battle takes place on Cybertron, and they use the original setups of each of these Transformers that you know as a child. They use the 1980s forms rather than these new mangled whatchamacallits that they have for the new that Michael Bay did. So like Soundwave actually has his damn cassette tapes, and then Ravage comes out and starts running from the cassette tape. Come on,
Okay,
that shit is badass.
I didn't see this.
That's what I want to see, and
I didn't see this.
And so basically, most of the stuff that they're doing is called back to the 80s.
Okay.
80s Transformers, and so that's why I actually.
So that's why he's the old-looking Bumblebee and not the new one.
Exactly.
Ah.
So it's like,
well, it kind of makes sense because what they're portraying from the preview, if the little bit I did see, is that he was supposedly the first Transformer to land on Earth before all of the rest of the Transformers came.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was his journey of who he is. And I guess they're going to eventually go into why he lost his voice.
I hope so. I don't know. Granted, I really don't fucking care. That's like my least of my cares. And then...
Well, I can't never understand him in the movie. Because half the times I don't even know what songs they're playing to understand the words that he is saying from the little snippets of songs. And then he chooses like a president's speech to finish off something he said. Like, what the fuck did he just say? All I heard was garbage. Tired of that shit.
Oh, man.
Tired of you, Michael Bay. I mean, what happened to you, Michael Bay? Man, damn.
I just watched Armageddon.
Where are you, Bruckenheimer? Where are you hiding? What's the last thing you did, man? You done? You retired, Bruckenheimer? We ain't gonna hear from you no more. You just gonna crawl in your hole? What's the last Bruckenheimer movie that you can recall?
Shit, I don't even know what movies that fool did.
He did shit like Con Air, The Rock.
No, The Rock was Michael Bay.
Well, weren't they one at one point? I think so.
I don't fucking know. I want to
Anyway.
say Jerry Bruckheimer's a producer, not a director.
Well, maybe that's why they would work together.
Yeah. But anyway, another movie that I thought was a terrible idea, but I'm actually amped to go see, is this Pokemon Pikachu Detective.
You was excited in the original showing of the preview. Don't try to act like you wasn't excited. You're like, I'm gonna go see that.
That's because I already seen it on the interwebs.
I never was a Pokemon fan at all. I had to sell them damn cards to them children's, losing their damn minds, and I got mental scars. Okay, when Pokemon was, and then I had to work some Pokemon tournaments. I worked for Nintendo for a little bit, just a small little stint for Pokemon bullshit. I probably still got my official Nintendo Pokemon sponsor shirt. Damn yellow ass shirt. I beat Pokemon Gold. I haven't played any of them.
I beat Pokemon Gold when I was graduating high school. I was more happy about beating Pokemon than graduating high school. Because I was like, yes, I just finished this final gym. Yes. And I was so amped about it.
So what is the first one? Blue? I don't even know how it works. I haven't seen the show. I am anti-Pokemon. I don't know shit about Pokemon. That's why I'm not. doesn't matter what you say about the movie. I'm not amping my. The only thing I know about Pokemon is that kids was losing their damn mind over them damn cards in the 90s, and the fact that they on Smash Brothers. That's the extent of my knowledge of Pokemon. That's it. I got nothing else. So I know what was it always a Game Boy game?
It was.
It was originally introduced as a Game Boy game.
Yeah, in the States, yes.
So the comic or the anime was already going on in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was already old in Japan by the time it came out on Game Boy.
It wasn't old. It was still new. It was just the way that they introduced it over here.
Okay, so if you're saying I'm a Japan teenager, I was introduced to it by a cartoon?
Cartoon.
Like a Saturday morning cartoon? Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. So for them, the first introduction to it wasn't Game Boy Blue.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, I'm learning something. So then, by the time we got it, it became a world craze.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the cards weren't out yet, though.
I want to say the cards. I want to say it's the show dropped with the cards.
Really?
In Japan, yes.
Okay.
And the show dropped with the cards, and then Nintendo was like, "We have some shit going on this. Let's start milking it." And so they started making the games. And so,
but they don't have anything to do with the cartoon.
Nintendo? I don't think so.
That's weird, isn't it? So how did they just get to brand the concept on their games?
I don't remember seeing the Nintendo branding on the cartoon.
So you watched the cartoon as well?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I've seen an episode here and there, but I wasn't watching it. Just like the same thing, I've watched an episode here and there of Sailor Moon, but I couldn't say I watched Sailor Moon.
Okay. I think I tried to watch like the beginning of the first episode and didn't make it a good 5-10 minutes into it. And I was like, I don't know what
it's really kiddie.
So okay. Now, was your first introduction to it the blue? Was the blue the first one?
Blue and red were the first ones.
So they came out at the same time. Okay. And that was on the green and gray Game Boy. Green and black. Yeah.
You mean the original?
Yeah.
The gray brick?
Yeah. Okay, those were the first ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they released. Did they have more on the first Game Boy?
Yeah, they had a lot.
Oh, okay. Cause I stopped keeping up with it because it was a yellow.
They had great red and blue pretty much dropped at the same time.
Okay.
Then yellow.
Okay.
And then silver and gold came out after that. The next ones I can't believe. I want to say it's Ruby and Sapphire, but I'm not sure. There's so many Pokemon games, it's not even funny.
Now, each one of these games is its own like full Zelda-like game.
They're paired.
Okay,
So,
hold on. Help me out here.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're going. Let me preempt you.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo came out with this Zelda game, Zelda Ages and Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I bought both of those. Now the deal with these two games were, I guess it's like depending how you finished one would have effects whenever you decide to play this one over here. But no matter which way you did it. And then collectively, if you had the two games, somehow you got the real ending. I never could figure out how I was going to get the real ending by having the two games. I bought the two games, started one, and no, I think I finished one, started the second one, didn't finish the second one. So I said all that to say, to preempt you to say, is the Pokemon similar to that?
Yeah, not really.
Damn. Okay.
So basically, the Pokemon different versions are merely to get different sets of Pokemon, because in each one there was 146 or something with original Pokemon or something like that. And so to even be able to get all those, you had to have this version and this version, because they only had a certain amount of each Pokemon in each one of those games. And so basically, that's how they tried to get kids to actually learn how to link their Game Boys, so you can trade your Pokemon back and forth. So if this person has like Pokemon A, I do know Pokemon, but I'm not just gonna say them.
Okay.
But have Pokemon A, B, and C.
This
person has Pokemon X, Y, Z.
Okay.
And so they usually
I need Z.
Yeah, and so I'll trade you my A for your Z.
Okay.
And now I got Z on my game.
But now I don't have A.
But you can get multiples, because they're a lot of them are common.
Multiples what?
Multiple Pokemon. There's not just one Pikachu. There's about 30,000 Pikachu. I had all Pikachus. I used to be electrical crazy.
Hold on. I just bought Red, Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
And let's say Pikachu is the prime character of Pokemon Red. Why do I have, I only have one cartridge. How do I have 30,000 Pikachus?
Because you capture them all. Because remember, the whole game is got to capture them all. Pokemon. So you got to go, as you go through the game.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so you know how Final Fantasy plays, turn-based.
Okay.
Elementals.
Okay.
That's how Pokemon's play.
Okay.
Each Pokemon is an elemental.
Okay.
And so therefore, you can have multiple of the same Pokemon, because they all thrive in different parts of the world. So if you wanted to have 3 Jigglypuffs, you can go throw balls and catch 3 Jigglypuffs and put other Pokemon to sleep, because that's what Jigglypuff do when he starts singing his Jigglypuff song.
So you put them in those little balls.
Yes. And when you want to fight him, that's why he says, Pikachu, I choose you. And you throw the Pokeball, and then you fight with Pikachu. And then you're like, nah, Pikachu, you're getting your ass whooped. Get back in this ball. Squirtle, I want to choose you. And then you throw Squirtle out there. And then Squirtle starts fighting. And then you're like, nah, I don't want to use that Squirtle. I want to use Squirtle Blue. And so you throw your other Squirtle that you already have that's basically the same Pokemon, but you can actually upgrade your Pokemon to a different way for each one. So if you wanted this Squirtle to be super defensive, just to sit there and take damage, you can raise his defense up to where he just sits there and gets hit.
Like a tank.
Yeah, so you can call that Squirtle back, and then pull out your attack Squirtle, and then do like fire water blast and blast them all across the world. Okay. So that's why you can have multiple Pokemon and do everything like that. So,
but who's keeping track of all of this?
The game.
Who knows that I
has a Pokédex, and you brag about your friends that what kind of people you have in your Pokédex.
But they made me buy 2 games, so how is Pokemon Blue keeping up with what I've done over here in Pokemon Red?
What are you talking about? You literally have to have 2 Game Boys so you can swap them characters back and forth, because it doesn't say.
I only got 1 Game Boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then you got to find a homie.
Okay, fine. So I find a homie. There aren't people still playing Red. So once I buy Silver, who's keeping up with the 30,000, what did you call them, Squirtles that I just captured?
That's why you start transferring to your gold.
That's what I'm saying. There wasn't like a internal battery on the Game Boy, so how were you getting the...
There was an internal battery on the game itself. How do you think you're supposed to save stuff on Zelda back then? They got
that don't matter.
Backup saves.
That doesn't matter. That's fine. When I turn that Game Boy off and put the other cartridge in, The battery and memory for that is in that other game.
That's why you have to have your homie and you have to have the other Game Boy. You transfer it over.
That still doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. It's Nintendo's scheme to make a shit ton of money.
You don't understand what I'm saying. Let me explain it a different way.
Explain it then. Nintendo's smart. This
is in the day before we had.
They made people buy
cloud saves and memory cards. Okay, that's where I'm going with this, people. So put your mindset that this is in like the early 90s. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 3. That's probably a good example. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 3 on the original PlayStation. Now they come out with Grand Theft Auto 4. There's no save mechanism between the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3 to tell my PlayStation 3 in the early 90s that I done caught 30,000 Squirtles. So who's keeping up with all that information? How do you get your 30,000 Squirtles from the red cartridge that you bought on the original Game Boy to the silver edition on the Game Boy Color?
There's a Game Boy Color and the Game Boy regular use the same patch cable.
I understand that. But when I go to purchase the new game that just dropped,
you have to have another Game Boy. You literally have to have 2 Game Boys or your homie. So you can borrow his Game Boy.
And then do what?
Transfer your people over.
One more time. I just want to make sure I got this straight.
You do have it. It's a pain in the ass. It was a pain in the ass because there was no easy way to do it. It was a pain in the ass.
So every time they would come out with a silver, sapphire, ruby, or something like that, I got to go out and find 2 Game Boys just so I can keep a live connection with my saves?
If you wanted to try and catch them all. Pokemon?
Last thing I say, how long is this video? Oh, Lord.
Nobody's watching this one.
Last thing I'll say is I'm kind of hyped for that Rock movie, the wrestling movie.
I haven't seen it.
My Fight Against My Family, I think is what it's called. The previews on that. Oh, and what's her name? Ella Baylor. That preview looks good. I'm already tired of the previews of Alita. I will probably go see it because I don't
go see it.
I think there won't be anything else around the time that it comes out. A movie like that, they're gonna have to release it on a dry ass weekend, and it'll be top for that dry ass weekend. But don't try to go up against nothing serious with that little bullshit ass CG ass, bug eyed ass looking, fake ass robot looking thing. I'm just saying. Half CG, cartoon, realistic looking bullshit.
I want to see it. Come on, you have to give new IPs a chance, man. Or we're only going to get sequels, and I'm kind of burnt out on sequels and things now.
Well, you know what? You bring up a good point, because I am burnt out with superheroes, so.
And that's why they won't release movies like that from exactly what you just said. And that's why we've cornered ourselves as consumers to only get sequels and superhero movies. Just from your thinking right there. And that's why I said I'm going to go see this movie straight up regardless.
Hence the reason why you should go ahead and support a callback, The Widows, because in order to break the mold of seeing these rehashes, like he just said, we need to go support these independent movies where they're putting newness up there. New IP, new ideas. They could make a sequel to Widows if they really wanted to. Not that they even indicated anything like that. I'm just saying, if they wanted to make it an IP, anything new nowadays has the potential. Hell, like we just got through saying, a callback in this video alone is the Unbreakable series.
Because it was supposed to be by itself.
Right, it was just supposed to be a solo movie. Then 10 years later, they decide let's do a callback to that 10-year-old movie that we hadn't thought about. You know what?
But does Split have any? If you watch the movie Split, would you see any calls to Unbreakable?
I'm glad. So this video gonna be a little bit long. We gonna have to release this one. It's live. So we can't take it out. So here's a scary thought for you. That same article that told me that Split was a prequel to the Unbreakable 2 or whatever. That same article said that every M. Night Shyamalan movie that he's ever done has a small tie into his other movies. All of them. I was like, all of them? Sixth Sense?
Lady in the Water or Lady something?
Lady in the Water, Lady in the Lake or something like that.
Signs. The Last Airbender.
All of it.
The Last Airbender. Fuck that shit. Did you ever watch Avatar? The animated, real Avatar? Not the fake blue people Avatar, but the real Avatar?
Oh, yeah.
You watched all 3 books?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I watched The Girl.
Korra. Yeah, because I love me some Avatar. That's probably one of the best. It's not necessarily anime, but it's cartoon. But those American people did a great job mimicking
They
anime.
did an excellent job on the animation, the story,
the comedy, even to keep it kid
friendly, and to keep adults interested. If you will actually just sit down and watch it,
you will love that.
That's a good show. Just get over the fact that it's a cartoon. That's a good show. That's a real, they wrote their ass off on that.
No, they did such a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I told my sister, we're just live, just rambling now. I don't even care if this gets any views, but I'm just saying. I watched it. I told my sister, I was like, you need to watch Avatar. And she's like, what is it? I was like, this will be a good introduction to anime. I was like, this show is awesome. Like, it is awesome. I was like, it's a little kiddie, but don't let the kiddie deter you. Because this show is very well written and you won't pay attention that you're watching a kid show. Eventually.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, dang. And you're like, Prince Zuko's an ass.
Yeah.
Man.
I love me some Prince Zuko. All of a sudden you'll be, wait, what just happened? What did I just see?
Exactly, and it just keeps growing.
And next thing you know, you like this.
It's like, what happens next? Oh my gosh!
And then you be to watch
the Avatar City.
You'd be to watch like 6 episodes in one sit. That's when you know it's done got bad for you.
And then, so she watched it, and she was like, Jahad, this is probably like the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's that good.
She's like, I've watched the series at least 6 times now. I'm like, damn, I just told you about it not too long ago. She's like, yeah, I'm watching it again. And she's like, I heard they're coming out with the new stuff. And she's like, the new stuff is good, but it's not like the original stuff.
Of course, they only like the original.
And so she's like, but I love the original. She's like, I thank you for watching.
You know what? I need to rewatch those.
I do, actually.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen that. It's got to be. It's probably 10 years since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Probably 10 years since I watched that. Yeah, yeah. Good shit. But yeah, supposedly all of them have a small tie. And same thing, they're saying the same thing for Tarantino now. They say all his movies have a small tie. All of them.
I still like Django Unchained. I like that movie a lot. Who's that on that date?
Yes.
Who's
Yeah,
that on that date?
Samuel Jackson's performance. You know, I got a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm not the only one. I like you said, it don't matter how long this is now. I'm tired of the. I'm gonna say I'm tired of the niggerdom from Tarantino. I'm tired. You not a brother, man. Damn. And all of this N-word on screen. Pull back, bro. Just pull back. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired, man. You know, go sit down somewhere. So Samuel's character in the Django was like, for me, it was the ultimate slap in the face. Ignorant black, all the way down to the end. Oh man, you know, all the way down to the end of the movie. Ignorant black. So to me, I feel like if you would have had Jamie Foxx's delivery with Caprio, why the fuck was Samuel L. Jackson even in that movie? I think it would have been it would have been just as great, if not better, movie without Samuel L. Jackson's character. Erase every Samuel instance in that movie, and you would either have the same movie, if not better. Tell me I'm wrong.
I like Samuel L. Jackson's character. I like that Uncle Tom dude. That was funny.
That's what everybody was saying. I was in the movie theater looking like tired, man. Tired.
I liked it. I like it. It's all entertainment. That's what it's there for, and it entertained me.
Yeah, Django. I've seen it a few handful of times. But I think that was another movie that I would put on to go to sleep. Before I meet Samuel L. Jackson's character, I'll be before they go to the farm where where he tried to break his girl out. I'll be already knocked out.
But anyway, I'm done. I have nothing else to go.
Damn! Now you done. It's a long one, y'all. See,
It's damn near an hour, huh?
Hit that subscribe, Black Image, Longertainment.
Yeah. This is Holy War 007.
Yeah, peace.